I want you to know how to present yourself professionally, and an MP3 tag on your files is going to present you professionally.
Welcome to the Female Entrepreneur Musician Podcast with Bree Noble. Bree is a musician, entrepreneur, speaker, and founder of Women of Substance Music Radio and Podcast. Bree's interviews with successful female musicians and industry pros are both inspirational and informational. She also answers your questions about the music business. Bree is on a mission to help you create great music, connect with your fans, and grow your business, and to truly become a female entrepreneur musician.
Hey, this is Bree Noble, and I am so glad that you are listening to the Female Entrepreneur Musician Podcast right now. This is where we learn how to create great music, how to connect with our audience, and how to grow our business. Don't forget, as a musician, you are a business owner, and it's important to make sure that you have that income coming in all the time, or you can't keep doing your music, and you can't keep paying your bills so you can be creative. So that's what we're all about here on this show. And I'm going to talk about something today that has come up for me a lot as a radio station and podcast owner, and that's MP3 tags, also known as ID3 tags. So if you don't know what those are, stay tuned. I'm going to explain what they are and why they're important. And I just want to drill into you today that they are very important for you, the presentation that you make for your music out to the world. So what is an MP3 tag? Why should you care, and why should you take the extra effort to make sure that your MP3 tags are correct? But before that, I do want to remind you that I give away a 1-month subscription to the Female Musician Academy every month to somebody who leaves us a review on iTunes. So if you haven't done that yet, please go over to iTunes, either on your mobile phone in the podcast app or on your computer, and search for our show, and then go into the second tab, which is ratings and reviews, and leave a written review, and make sure that you leave your name, not just your iTunes handle. And then I can announce it on the show when you win. We do a random drawing at the beginning of each month. So I'd love to give one to you. So go do that if you're thinking about it. It's definitely an awesome value. We have so much training in the academy and so many great people to meet in our artist collective. And because we were talking about this in our Jumpstart class today in the academy, I started thinking that I needed to do a podcast about MP3 tags, because it's something that comes up for me all the time. And I talk to a lot of artists that are confused about them. They don't understand what they are or why they need to do them. And they don't understand why, when they send me files that do not have correct MP3 tags, that I get frustrated. So I want to educate you guys. I want you to know how to present yourself professionally, and an MP3 tag on your files is going to present you professionally. So let me explain what that is. What that is the metadata behind your file. So your file has a file name, and first of all, it's important to have a good looking file name, number one, because I get files all the time that say like, song title - mastered 128, and that is not what I want. I want to see the artist name. I want to see the title of the song. I don't want to have this mastered, the bit rate, etc. on your file. I want to see your file presented as if it was going to be put into something like iTunes. And that would involve the artist name and the track name. Now, what the metadata does, or the MP3 tag, is it adds a lot more information. So we can add the album title, we can add the genre that it's in, we can even add the album art or single art, and that attaches right to the metadata. And so that comes through when you send your file. So that's why it's really important to do that, because you want to present yourself professionally. And when your song appears in somebody's iPod, iPhone, or on a radio station like Women of Substance into our software, you want to look professional in that it's going to show all your information automatically, and it's not going to just have a random graphic and a name that says like track 1 or something. So I just want to clarify. Some people call it MP3 tag, some people call it ID3 tag, and some people call it metadata. So the ID3 tag is the universal tagging that all the devices and all the software understand, and that's what people use. So when you want to tag your MP3, what you want to use is ID3 tagging, and you want to use a program that is going to create your ID3 tagging correctly so other programs and other devices can pick that up and read it correctly. So here are just a few reasons why you want to take the trouble to tag your MP3s. Number one, when people receive your song and they're listening to it somewhere, you want them to know your artist name. You don't want them to see unknown artist or just a blank artist name when they're listening to your song. You want them to know you're the artist, and if they like the song, they're going to identify with you. They're going to want to find more songs by you. And especially if you're offering a free download on your site, what you're trying to do is connect with these people that are going to become your fans. So you want to make sure they know your artist name and that appears in their device while they're listening or on their computer. Also, you're going to want them to know your song title. If they really like your song, they're going to want to go find it and listen to it again. They're going to want to download it to other devices. And how can they find it if they don't have the song title, if it just says track 1? So also they're going to want to see your album because they might want to buy more songs by you. And if you have your album in the metadata, then all the songs from that album will congregate together on their device. And they can look and see all the songs by one artist and all the songs on their album in case they wanted to find more songs by you. Also, what it will do is it will allow you to have a genre in with your song. So if somebody decides, today I really want to listen to some folk music, they can type that in and search by genre in their device, and it might bring up your song. Or they can create a playlist, a smart playlist based upon that genre, and it would pull your song in because that was in your MP3 tag. And finally, you want to make sure that your album cover is attached to the metadata, because that will allow it to show up when people are listening on a device or when it's playing on a radio station. I have plenty of songs where the album just shows up automatically because it's attached to the metadata, and I don't have to worry about whether the database is going to go find that photo to go with the song. It just presents such a professional persona for you as an artist to have all your MP3 tags in order and to be able to show your album cover. People see that, they're really impressed, they think you've got it all together, and they think, oh, this person must have a label behind them because they look really professional. So how can you create these MP3 tags or ID3 tags? Well, you can ask your studio, first of all, when you get your MP3s from your studio, ask them to create smart MP3s that are completely tagged, because they should be able to put that in for you very easily while it's being rendered from their software. But if you don't have that, you can easily use a free piece of software called Mp3 Tag. And I've put the link to it in the show notes at FEMusician.com/025 for episode 25 that you're listening to. That will get you the link that you need to download the free software, and it's super easy to use. All you do is open it up, you go find the file that you want in your file structure, click on it, and then on the left, it's got all the spots that you need to input the information for title, artist, album name, genre, year of copyright, and a lot more information that might not show up in certain things, but you might want to throw that in there, including the number that allows radio stations to find your song and make sure that you get paid. And also then you can attach your album art to the actual file through that software, and it will have that information available when people grab your MP3 from wherever they get it, whether they get it as a free download, whether they buy it, or whether you're sending it to a radio station for airplay. So go grab that free software at FEMusician.com/025. And while you're there, grab our free gift, which is the 19 proven sources of income that you probably haven't considered for your music business. I think this document will be super helpful because it's a lot of strategies that artists just like you have used to improve their income and to create new income streams for their music business. So I hope you enjoy that free resource, and I will be back next week with another amazing interview with a female musician who is doing great things in the music business. Now go out and make great music, connect with your fans, and grow your business.